If you were to ask me what is the most un-Christmas month of the year, I would go for July or August. But Amazon decided to bring to their library a movie that has this holiday in its name, and I was thinking that's not the best acquisition for your library. But if the movie is good, it doesn't really matter what holiday it portrays, right? I'm Valentin Fake, the movie guy, and this is my review for Last Christmas. Kate is an aspiring singer who's not living her best life. She doesn't have a home, so she sleeps on her friend's sofa or at random one-night stands. She works as an elf at a Christmas shop all year long, and she has problems with her family. She meets Tom, a strange guy, while she was working. They talked for a bit, he asked her out for a walk, and she refused him because Tom was not her type. They meet again on the same day, and they do take that walk. Kate has no idea that her life is about to make a U-turn after their date. I actually like the dialogue in this movie. The comedy is pretty good. It's my type of comedy. Kate is a very cynical person. She makes a lot of jokes about people. She makes references to celebrities or known persons. For example, when she finds out that Tom works at a homeless center, she calls him Bono or Mother Teresa, whoever wins the moral superiority prize.
So, tell me about sleep.
She never sleeps.
Exercise?
Religiously. Not at all.
Alcohol?
Oh, she's drinking like the pirate.
Well, okay, fine. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for your time.
There is a romance subplot that doesn't feel real.
Not good enough!
The owner of the Christmas shop where Kate works at, named Santa, starts liking one of the customers who is basically drooling over her. And they go out. The guy, named Boy, just looks at her with his mouth open, and she does something similar, and we are supposed to believe in this romance? Please. Even if it was made for comedy's sake, there wasn't anything about it to make me or you laugh. So, bad plot.
Not good enough!
What I did like, though, about the story is that it's not just about the romance. It's a story about finding oneself. Kate has had a heart transplant, and ever since then, she hasn't been feeling like herself. She has even stopped like singing, which was always her favorite thing. The best thing that this movie does is make the process of Kate loving herself and becoming a better person feel gradual and not forced. When she finally turns into a better person, it is believable because of the path that she has gone through. The characters are not so bad. Katie is a 26-year-old female. She loves to sing ever since she was young. After her heart transplant, however, she starts drinking a lot, separating herself from her family, not being happy with her life, picking up strange men, and being obsessed with her phone. Tom, on the other hand, lives his life without a phone. He works as a part-time courier, he's charming, he loves to find out hidden things about London, like the thinnest alley, he dances, smiles a lot, and helps everyone in need. He's a very good person. It's interesting to see how romance movies have adapted throughout the years. Now, most of the romance movies portray dating apps, just like in this one. Technology is always employed, like in last week's Desperados, where the protagonist sends an email to the guy she thought was ghosting her, and they have to go and erase that email. I like the way that older movies couples meet more than newer movies. For example, let's take How to Steal $1 Million and this current movie. Whilst Kate meets Tom in front of the Christmas shop and they talk for a bit before he asks her out, in How to Steal $1 Million, Nicole meets Simon when he breaks into her house to steal a painting. After some banter between the two, she employs him to steal another art piece from a museum. It just seems like romance movies nowadays don't have as good ideas anymore.
Not good enough!
I'm going to throw the spoiler alert sign here because I want to discuss the ending to the movie. So, the romance between Tom and Kate feels way off, and it was a negative point until the plot twist. This movie takes the lyrics, "Last Christmas, I gave you my heart," literally. As I said, Kate had a heart transplant, and the person who actually gave her the heart was Tom. She then realizes that she was always alone when she thought she was with him. I like the plot twist because it kept in tune with the slogan of the movie. It's a wonderful life with the word wonderful crossed out. In the movie A Wonderful Life, George Bailey gets to see how life would have been without him, and he finds an appreciation for life. The same happens here, somewhat. Tom helps Kate improve and become a better person. So the movie is not about the romance, but about Kate's journey to self-improvement. Ho ho ho, I'm about to drop some knowledge. Emilia Clarke did her own singing for this movie, so props to her. Filming for this movie usually started at 2 p.m. in order to avoid crowds interrupting filming, and in the movie, a lot of aspects of George Michael's life, Kate's favorite singer, were used. Kate has a heart condition. George Michael died of a heart attack. He worked at a homeless shelter. The homeless shelter is a big part of this movie. The title is based on one of his songs, which is Wham! Last Christmas. The movie didn't have the most fire cast, but it did have Daenerys Targaryen playing in it. Get it? Because she had dragons in Game of Thrones.
Well, about time for me to be hitting the old dusty trail. I like your hat.
Emilia Clarke plays Kate, and she's superb in this movie. Her facial expressions were on point. Her singing was good. She was the perfect lead for this movie. Henry Golding plays Tom, and he was also exactly what the character needed from an actor. Every character was well performed. My favorite scene from this movie is actually the first scene. In the first scene, we see Kate singing in a church choir, and her family is very proud of her. In the next scene, she's at a bar getting hammered and picked up. We then find out that between her and her parents there is a big rift. It made me curious about how this rift appeared, and in the end, the movie doesn't spell it out for you. It makes you see the problems for yourself. It was ambiguous, and I liked it. This was not a bad movie. I didn't really expect a lot from it because of the title, but it was actually really good. I liked the journey, I liked Kate, and the plot was actually intriguing. For my alternative pick, I ranted on a bit about how older movies had better ideas for romance movies. To back it up, I have Roman Holiday. It's about a princess and a newsman. So, my rating for Last Christmas is 3 stars.